Hello and welcome to Subnautica Below Zero. The game's still in early access, as you can see in the top right corner there, but fairly recently it had a major revamp. They've completely redone the actual game. They've done some voicing and all sorts. The script on it's completely changed from when it first came out. So I'm quite keen to check it out and see what it's like now, because as far as I'm aware, we're probably not that far off a finished game, I suspect. At least that's what I was picking up from the last update. It said it was one of their final major updates, so let's check this out and see what it's like now.
This is the farthest I can take you on company space bucks, Robin. You sure you want this? The research isn't everything.
It is to me and Sam. I need to know what happened.
The meteor storm.
I can use it for cover from Altera's eyes.
Gonna miss you, Robin.
I'll find my way back.
Approaching 46 feet. Surface temperatures. Light pod deployed.
Okay, well that's different.
46 feet. Enjoy your stay.
Yeah, I can see me enjoying this place, that's for certain. Shining a light. Ooh. This is something I've noticed actually, it is actually totally different.
Synthesized.
Okay. It's totally different from when the first game came out. I mean, this is completely different. I mean, before Robin was just happily enjoying herself, and then we got a meteor storm that basically trashed the place. So she was already established on this base on the planet with her sister. I think it's fair to say that this is now destroyed. But yeah, it wasn't going so well. I must admit. Coming down there, I'm actually quite intrigued to know what she's been doing. Open your PDA. Okay. Yeah, I think we can put that away for certain. I think basically this time we've got to head for that pod, otherwise we're going to be Ooh.
Made it to 4546B. Landing was a bit rough, but I don't think Altera spotted me. I hid from their satellite. The drop pod deployed with Gusto. I just have to find it and get settled. Then I'll be able to get to work.
Okay, so the actress has changed. That voice is completely different to what it was originally. But yeah, I remember in the original game. I mean, I'm actually standing next to one of these plants because I'm getting heat from it. But one thing I've noticed is before we started off in the original game, you started off where we were established on this planet, and it was a case of something happened. I think that was when we got a meteor storm, and basically it was a case of, all right, now you've got to survive on your own. I mean, I don't see the space station up there, but we had to basically survive on our own, and we were in communication with our sister Sam, who was up on that space station. Now it's completely different. It's a case of Robin seems to have, well, she seems to be staying out the way of Altera, because Sam was on the Altera space station, and you know, Robin was getting up to all sorts of things down here. Whereas now there's something else going on. It's completely different. So yeah, it's definitely different. Right. Yeah, because I remember because we had to. It was Sam actually sent this space pod to us.
Found the drop pod.
Or drop pod, I should say then. Hello. Oh, let's have a look at these logs then. Right. Databank. I'm sorry about your sister. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! There's no Robin. Robin's gone. What the heck? Ah, right. Okay. So it sounds like Robin's come here because of the death of her sister. So, ah, no, that's interesting. So this time Sam actually came here, and Sam's been killed in active duty by the sounds of it.
Robin, guess
Oh.
what? I got the job. I'm going to 4546B. Now I'll be able to improve the mechanical avian amphibian under real-world stress conditions. Listen, I know your stance on Alterra, but I just hope you're happy your sis is happy. I sure hope my sis is happy. I can't wait till we talk again. Oh, I wanted to ask you something. Can you watch my Augie while I'm away?
What?
I need someone I can trust to look after my best little potato.
What?
Potato, listen. I tried, but that name is just not sticking. He's my little oxtrabite. I'll leave the starchy tuberous nicknames to you. Anyway, if you say yes, thanks, baby sis. Love you.
An Orgstrobite? So that's interesting that. So like, yeah, in the original one, Sam was up on the station and she was kind of helping Robin. Now this time it's a case of Sam's actually died, so that's the backstory. Sam's died and she was on this planet. And Robin's, by the looks of it, she's come here to investigate what's happened.
4546B to Robin. Come in, Robin. Remember when we used to play old-timey Space Explorer? This is kind of like that, but it's even harder to communicate. Well, let's see. I got your last message. Alterra is not, as you put it, alterrorizing me. Things are going well. My project has a new name. Say goodbye to the mechanical avian amphibian, and hello to spy penguins. We're training the bots to mimic the creatures. Check out the photo. And I think I'm kind of seeing someone. I know it's not like me to just find a date, let alone on a mostly uninhabited water planet, but actually, you know what? Forget I said anything. Yeah, it's probably not even a real thing, but anyway, I'm sorry to hear XenoWorks might be strapped in the revenue department. Sounds like they still have you busy Xeno working, though. I know there's no way to guarantee an alien intelligence startup will succeed, but you've put so much into it. I hope they find a way to keep going. I know how much it means to you, getting to work at a small place where you have control over your research. All right, I gotta go. Later, baby sis. Love you.
Okay. So she's on here and she's just sending back messages.
Hey, Robin. I got your Augie photo. Thanks so much for taking care of him, even though he's a cranky Hey, the nickname actually fits that way. A cranky potato. I know he can be a handful, but I really appreciate it. I'm a bit worried about my other baby, the mission. One of my penguins found something big. But Alterra is just like, nothing to see here. Honestly, kinda glad you can't answer, so you can't, rub it in my face. Go ahead, bask in the fact that you were a little bit right about them. My project is on the line. My job, my safety. I heard about XenoWorks getting bought. I'm sorry. But at least you still have your job. Guess you're one of us now. Like it or not. Welcome to the Alterra family. I should probably go before I say something I regret. Love you. Keep your chin up. Eye on the alien prize.
I have a funny feeling, when this thing started, it looked like we came out of a hangar. So I think somebody brought us to this place because there was a station around, orbiting the planet. I have a funny feeling somebody actually brought us here. So we've sneaked in here. We didn't, get invited, basically.
Hey, Robin. I'm sorry my last message was so awful. I've been under a lot of stress. I'm not sure what's going on with anything. I can't really talk about it either. Oh, and I'm definitely not dating anyone on this water planet. Don't know what I was thinking there. Have I told you how cold it is here? Get this. I can't even get my wash and go dry before the wind freezes the moisturizer in my hair. Wild, right? Well, anyway, I'm sure you're mad at me after what I said, but I could really use a friend. You're my sister. I love you. I'm sorry.
Sounds like she was getting into trouble. Something obviously happened. Hence why we're here. I mean, we're obviously here to investigate her death and find out the why. But the way the way Sam's been talking about on the messages, it sounds like something. They found something. Something's gone terribly bad.
Hey, Robin. I really need someone to know. I'm afraid something terrible is gonna happen. You were completely right about Altera, okay? You were right. I was wrong. And the cat should be called Potato. I admit it. Sorry. Bad attempt at a joke. I don't know what to do. I guess I should just come out and say it at this point. I've said this much already. We found a frozen Leviathan that's infected with Kara. Altera thinks they can use it for something. Weapons, experimental treatments, a whole range of things. But one end of the range is ugly, dangerous, but profitable, of course. What if it gets out while we're messing around with it? Or worse, what if it ends up a bioweapon in the wrong hands? I hope I'm overreacting, but I don't think I am. Anyway, message me back, please. I could really use a friend. You're my sister. I love you.
So that's interesting then, because I remember in the original playthrough we found this Leviathan frozen, and now it's a case of Sam's out here and they've found it. So this all happened totally independent of Robin. So okay, it's definitely a different take. This time Robin's not the one who's been involved in finding things and what have you. It's been Sam. So okay. Right, so personal logs, blah, blah. Then it's just a guide for your survival. When in doubt, don't go out. Yeah, that's pretty cool out there. Right, so we've got some bits and bobs that we found near the crash landing. We've got all this sort of stuff, the usual sort of stuff you can do. So it's going to be a case of having a bit of a wander around finding things, because I definitely want to know two tank, definitely want fins. Compasses are definitely useful. Scanner, yeah, all the good things of just finding those. So
Well, Sam, I guess I might as well gather some tools and resources before starting my search. Hope that radio tower's as easy to spot as Lil said.
Lil? Okay. Right, first things first.
New creature discovered.
Oh. That's a different voice we've got. Ooh, that's definitely a different voice.
Synthesized.
Ooh.
New creature discovered.
Yeah, they replaced the standard voice that you normally get with Subnautica. The one that your PDA has.
New creature discovered.
Yeah.
Oxygen.
I was getting used to her, I must admit, because I mean that was the same. It was the same voice they used for the PDA back in the original Subnautica.
Plants contain electrolytic materials that can be used in energy storage.
Oh, it even tells you.
Should be able to use this.
Ah, cool. Oh, she didn't say anything about that one.
Calorie intake recommended. Oxygen.
Man, we have got serious problems. We're only getting started. We've got problems already. Right, well, I can't see the station. I know in the original playthrough you could actually see the orbital station. I mean, you can still see a moon or whatever it is going past at a rather rapid pace, I must admit. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's just those plants sticking up through the surface. So when you're starting off in here, so it's completely different to the original gameplay, because back then you had a base that was established. Now here it's just zip nada, we've just crash landed. And we've got no indication really as to what to do other than at this stage to survive. Well, I must admit it is complaining about me not having enough to eat. And I could really sort that out. Ooh, go and pick up one of these boomerang fish.
New creature discovered.
Oh, I was getting really excited by that. She was actually telling us what things had in them, and I'm surprised it's not doing it for all the items I'm picking up, I must admit. See if we can get any copper out of curiosity.
Oxygen.
Come on. Just dash in here. I may as well make something to eat. Ooh.
I was a little nervous about dropping into an unknown area, but luckily, this biome seems to have an abundance of minerals I can use for tools and upgrades. I didn't want another situation like Bazantos 5. When Xenoworks dropped me off, there were barely any resources. I survived off the land for 3 months with just a knife, my lucky PDA, and some rope. I am still kind of proud of that, though.
That's interesting. So she's actually recording stuff. Just kind of weird, like listening to yourself. Right, so we need to cook some stuff. Otherwise we're going to starve. Wow, seems I caught quite a few fish here. Right, I could do with some water as well. Okay, well, that's a lot better. Oh no, that's interesting. I've just noticed that. We've got a temperature gauge. While we're in here, we've got a temperature gauge is the main one, and our O2 gauge is down in the bottom right. Okay. Right, so we want... so it's that. So you can tell from the... You got like a spoil rate running around there. That's quite different.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Yeah, and as ever it tells you so much food, so much water. Right, so if we'll have our water there. It's interesting the little noises you can hear when she's eating and drinking. Just quite amusing. Right, we'll stuff all this into our locker here. I'll save those good nutrient blocks to last. Well, I've got to admit, it's definitely different. It feels different. But one thing I do like, I must admit, based on the original game, is that if you want to make something, it gives you the option to actually pin them. So it's telling me here, I need so much titanium, so much fiber mesh. But I can click on the little pin and it pins it up to the top right corner. So here, for instance, I need an O2 tank to survive longer. So I need fiber mesh. Fiber mesh is separate. The titanium I can pick up, fiber mesh I've got to make. So I need a creepvine sample. So I can pin those two, so I know that for me to make a standard O2 tank, I need to get the fiber mesh. So I'm pinning that little reminder, if you will, up there that I also need fiber mesh, and it'll tell me what I need for that. Pins, I need the rubber, so I can pin the rubber as well. Now I think I really need a knife, if memory serves, to get that fiber. But it also shows you, exactly what you need for each individual item. So I need the creep vine samples, I think they're called. So somewhere around here there'll be creep vines, because they usually drop you off near to where you can get the resources that you need. There's some over there. So take a wander over in this direction. Now that's interesting. Now that we're in the water, it's swapped over so that the main gauge is your O2 tank or O2 supply. There we go. There's some down there. Right, so
Oxygen. All Terra supply cache nearby.
you missed a word out. You didn't say detected. Somebody needs to reprogram you.
New blueprint synthesized.
Nice to know. Right, if memory serves, these things. Well, I don't. I've got quite a lot more spaces. That's good. Normally, I'm used to picking these things up, and I just haven't got the room to actually carry them all. Right, so we're gonna need. Right, so we can make 7 rubber out of that.
Oxygen.
I'm more used to those taking up 2. You actually needed 2. I'm sure you used to need 2 to actually make that. Now it says you only need 1. You need 1 of these creep vines to make rubber. And I do like that you've got these gauges. You've got like a sort of a beacon that's telling you where you need to go and the direction it is. So somewhere it's saying there's a supply cache over there. Alright, fair enough. An emergency supply cache. I've got priorities here.
Oxygen.
My priority is... Right, so if we make some rubber, we'll be able to make... Oh, I don't have any titanium on me, but I should have some in storage. So now I can make a knife. That's on your person. 1 knife. So you need 2. Oh, that's interesting. It's making 2. That is handy. So one of those creepvine seed clusters is actually making 2 rubber. So that's better, that. Right, so in which case we want to make some flippers.
Finally, some speed.
Okay, I'll interpret that.
Goodness, fins. Humans are built all backwards for swimming. Our biggest muscles are in our legs, but our thrust comes from our puny, unwebbed hands. No, thank you. Not anymore. Now I can get around and explore with something approaching a reasonable pace. With a little luck, this won't be the last of my speed upgrades either.
This is interesting. This is definitely different, I must add. Oh, it's already in my hot box there. Right, so that's definitely interesting. That she's discovering things and she's actually recording them as well. So that's definitely different. Right, so I don't need a reminder about that or that or that. So there's an option up there to unpin all. So I still need an O2 tank. So we need more water. This is going to take some getting used to, like all the... She keeps making noises every time she's like eating things and drinking things, and it's a bit... I'm finding it a bit strange. It's very interactive. Oh yeah, the usual sort of thing where you want to play with your knife. Right, okay. Right, so I need some of these samples. Are they still as big as they were?
Synthesized.
Yeah, they're still large samples them. Right, so that will get me my... that away.
Oxygen.
Okay, thanks for the reminder. It's daytime. I wonder if I'll see that place better in the... It usually used to stand out better in the night. Never mind. Right, I've lost the plot. Where am I? Oh, there it is. Oh, that's interesting. While you're close up, you can't see it as a beacon. I suppose it's a good thing in some respects, and except in my case where I had no clue where I was going. Right, so we should be able to make some fiber mesh now. May as well make some more and just store it. So two of those make one of these. Fair enough. Now we can make an O2 tank. No, we can't. We don't have enough titanium. Put that away. Put that away. There we go. We've now got an O2 tank.
Adding additional blueprints to your data bank. New blueprints synthesized. The standard oxygen tank can be upgraded for deluxe and VIP breathing.
What? VIP breathing? What the heck? That is just bizarre. I mean, you know, you go into some like an airport lounge and you got like VIP lounges and what have you. It's a case you get like better treatment and what have you. But this just takes the biscuit. This does. You get a deluxe and a VIP version. But that's interesting. We learned the repair tool after we made the O2 tank. I mean, I got used to when you pick things up, you learn new blueprints because you learn what you can do with them. So that's interesting. When you make something, you also learn how to make other things, which kind of makes sense because the repair tool... Actually, no, it doesn't, because you wouldn't repair the O2 tank unless now it's... It doesn't look as though it's like something you have to repair. So that's unusual. Don't remember learning the pipe and all this sort of stuff that goes with it, but... Well, it's an interesting start, I'll give it that. It definitely feels different. Definitely a different plot, because now it's a case of we're coming here to investigate what happened to Sam, whereas before we were already established on the planet. And it was a case of all hell broke loose. And then we started learning about things, whereas now it's like, oh, something's gone wrong, your sister's been killed, and yeah, we come to investigate what happened. Definitely different, but I'm gonna keep going. I want to see where this leads to. As I said, it's still an alpha. I mean, there's supposedly been a major update, so it'll be definitely interesting to see what they've done. That's all for another episode. Well, thanks for making it to the end of this episode. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If so, then do please leave a like, as it will encourage YouTube's algorithms to suggest the video to others who might like it as well. If you have any tips or tricks for Subnautica, then please leave them in a comment below, as it would benefit anyone watching this video. Though I do appreciate any feedback at all, even if it's just to say hello. If you're new to the channel, then consider subscribing. It's free. Just remember to click the little bell icon though, as then you should get reminders when new content goes out. And if you'd like to support the channel, then consider becoming a Patreon. Alternatively, there's the option to make a one-off contribution through PayPal. I've left links for both options in the description below. But above all, I hope you like watching these videos as much as I enjoy playing Subnautica. Bye!